and Rick Young. Your Doppler 8 forecast from John Bernier. And tonight's sports with Chip Tarkenton.
Welcome back to 8 News at 6. Just how safe is the park where your kids play?
Well, 2 years ago, the 8 News investigators exposed a major problem at several local parks, lead paint.
So has the problem been fixed? 8 News investigator Steve Price joins us with the answer.
And exposure to lead can be a very serious problem for kids.
Oh, it definitely can, Lisa. It can affect a child's developing nervous system, and it can also reduce IQ, cause learning disabilities. And what most parents don't seem to realize is that skin actually absorbs lead. So over time, just touching playground equipment can lead to serious problems. We scratched below the surface and struck a nerve. 2 years ago, the 8 News investigators found dangerous lead levels in the paint at 3 local playgrounds. The city pleaded ignorance.
We're not aware, no. Had we been aware, we would have removed it.
But now they're aware, and 2 years have passed. So we went back to those 3 playgrounds and scraped away new samples.
So we get a representative sample.
Then we took them to Schneider Labs right here in Richmond. These guys test lead paint for several major cities like New York and Chicago. They melted down our samples, then ran them through a machine that instantly tells if there's any trace of lead.
0.044.
The news isn't good for one park. Just ask Raja Abuzaki. He's Schneider's lab director.
I wouldn't want to have my children around this kind of concentration.
Federal standards say lead concentrations at parks can't exceed 0.06%. At Abner Clay Park, we got a reading 5 times the legal limit 2 years ago. This time, though, no lead. At Wickham Court, which is actually maintained by the Housing Authority, we saw another significant drop. But those parks have fancy new equipment. Lux Field isn't as lucky. Our reading there dropped from 0.22 to 0.067, an improvement, but still above federal standards. The Rec Department's interim director promises that will change.
We've removed those swings, and we've submitted a capital budget request for 97-98 to provide all new equipment at Lux Field.
Unfortunately, though, parks aren't the only place where you're going to find this hazard. A home built before 1978 is likely to have surfaces covered with lead-based paint. Now, if you want to get some more information, you can receive a free booklet that answers a lot of very important questions. It's put out by the National Lead Information Center Clearinghouse, and their phone number is on your screen, 1-800-424-LEAD. It's kind of a silent killer out there. I mean, people send their kids to parks to get fresh air, and instead they're just getting lead poisoning.
Parental awareness is the best prevention.
Exactly.
Right.
Also watch out to see how old that equipment is too, right?
Yeah, the older and the more dangers you could have down the road.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.